Hi guys, welcome to the first episode of the DS Collection podcast, in which we plan to make a series of videos of various diecast collectors from all over India. And you might have seen many videos like this, but this is something which I plan to do. I have got my own specific set of questions, and this is going to be a series. This is the first part. Let's see how this goes, and let me know in the comments what you think about it, so that we can look forward for many such more videos. Now today I would like to welcome our guest, who is none other than Ishan Patil, the scale model guy. And like many people collect scale models, and it's a very common hobby. Not a common hobby, but it's a very common hobby in our field. Like, we know many scale model collectors, but the thing is that this guy, he is known as the scale model guy. And that is something which is very unique, because when the collection becomes a part of your identity, that is when you know that you have made it as a collector. It becomes a part of your identity, and you're a big collector, and people know you through your collection. So thank you so much, Ishan. And also guys, I want to give him a very big shout out, because today, since this was our first live, we were trying multiple different things. And it is not very easy. YouTube looks easy from a distance, but when you get down to the bare minimum how to do things, it's a little difficult finding the right setup, finding the right live stream setup, because we were trying YouTube live and it was lagging a lot. So it was not a very pleasant experience for the eyes. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys would not have enjoyed that. So we had to look at other options. What was the best option to do this? So I know that I had promised to release this video last evening at 8 o'clock, but that could not happen. And thank you so much, Ishan. You've been super patient. Thank you so much for that. Now I believe I've said enough. And so let's start with Ishan. And Ishan, first of all, I want to know your journey, that when you started diecast collection, what is the story behind it? That how did this journey start? How did you become such a big collector? And I can see so many great models behind you. So what's the story behind that?
Model collecting journey began around 15 years ago, when I received one model as a gift. And especially when everyone's journey began from a local toy shop, and back then the resources to get scale models weren't like what we have today. Right now we have online, we have dedicated stores, we have good catalog, we have other fellow collectors through which we get the new information. But back then, as a kid, our only source was the local toy shop. Over there you go and see all the different cars and different scales and all, and then you go and choose what the best. And obviously, I think 1:18 stands out from anything else, given their detail, given their variety, and how close they are to the real.
Okay.
That is what my.
So here I would like to ask you one question, Ishan, that you have stuck to one scale, like you have only 118 scale cars. Is that correct?
Right, that's correct.
So can you tell the viewers, a lot of new collectors who are getting into the hobby, and they want to collect all sorts of things, like maybe 18 also, 43 also, 32 also, 64 also, so it's a whole jumble. So do you want to explain why you stuck to one scale, and why you think it's a good strategy to do that?
See, it's a personal decision for anyone who wants to get into one scale or collect multiple scales. Like, there are many who collect different scales also. But I personally, I like the uniformity in my collection. Like, all the models that you see should be of similar scale. That is what I like. And I think 1:18 gives you that best balance between the real thing, the detailing as such, also the size. That
Okay.
should be, handy. Also, the variety in which the scale comes in.
Right.
You have a lot of brands making it, you right from the very low Maestro or Pidorgo all the way to Auto Art and
Correct.
Mac. Yeah.
You what like 18 scale car can start as low as 2,000-3,000 rupees, maybe 3,000, and go up till 3 lakhs easily. Like so that is what you are trying to say, that the diversity is there, the variety is there. So the first question is that you have a lot of cars, obviously. So how important do you think numbers are in a collection? Like, do you ever count your cars? Do you know exactly how many cars you have? And do you ever feel proud that maybe I have got this many cars, and that's an achievement for me?
I think when you start a collection from your first car and slowly build it up, that time you have a thought in mind that you have to make it big, you have to make a big collection. I think as you mature, as you become more literate in this field
Hmm.
of diecast, etc., you come to know that you should always prefer quality over quantity.
Correct.
I mean, I don't myself look at the numbers of models that I have. In fact, I'm more proud of what type of cars or what type of themes I bring into the collection.
Right.
Like when
And
I started with all the Mercedes. Like I'm a big Merc fan. I started collecting Merc only. But then came a time that I thought that I should expand now on the other theme. So I started vintage collection
okay.
side by side. Then there were some Italian supercars, hypercars.
Okay.
Then there are some off-roaders, and there are some miscellaneous items also, like
Okay.
ATVs, snowmobiles,
Whatever
sports
you
cars.
like, basically, it is all
Yeah,
about
whatever I
what appeals
like.
to you.
Correct, correct.
And another thing, question here, like a lot of questions incoming. So this is another one that see, basically you've got a lot of cars, and I can see that 99 or maybe 100% of your cars are diecast metal
Yes,
diecast cars. Now
yes,
you know that resin cars have become very popular these days. There are brands like GT
right.
Spirit and all, which make some wonderful cars and all sorts of cars. Like if today I have a dream car in a dream spec, it'll probably be a GT Spirit because they are already making that. Their variety is insane and detailing is also spot on. So
Very
what do
true.
you think about resin cars, and do you like what, why have you not got them until now, and what do you think about them? Just a simple thought.
I think, I mean, nothing against racing cars. I mean, I'm sure there are many people who collect them, like them. But personally, I prefer diecast as they are much real. They have their own openable parts. They have the metallic finish, which is nice. They
Okay.
have everything set. So that is the part which I like.
The opening bits.
Right, right, right.
So since a resin model is sealed and even the wheels don't roll, so it's just like it's more of a showpiece than a something that, since you have collected as a kid, you have that in your mind, it's still something that can be played with even if it's once in a year. You want that feeling that I can roll it down the street if I want to.
Right, 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 right.
See, the reason that we are doing this is because many of the younger collectors, they want to learn from the experienced collectors, because people who are already collecting, they know most about collections. But if someone sees this video, if someone watches this video, they'll get to learn from you that how you built your collection. So can you give us like 2-3 important tips for younger collectors, how they can build their collection and what tips they should follow?
Yeah. So I think everyone starts small, and that's how you should go into it. And one very important thing is always go with your head rather than heart. With the kind of model that you genuinely want versus what's available. Like there have been instances where I went to shop and I've just walked out seeing that I don't like any of the models on it.
Correct.
It's not like you have to go and buy it only just to keep your collection growing.
Correct.
Right. It's not like a Tazo collection which you can collect whatever you want and exchange it. So
Correct.
it's something very personal and lot of, I think it's like an investment basically, what you do.
So,
I think it's better if
talking
you
about
invest.
investments, Ishan, like, have you ever sold a car? I would like to tell the viewers that we are planning a meetup soon, and I will be doing a whole tour of his collection and all of that. So that is coming soon in the next few weeks or months, whenever it's possible. But for now, Ishan, you've got some great cars and some cars which you purchased at a certain price, and right now you purchased here. Right now they are here. Can you give me a couple of examples of such models which you have, that you got them at a good price and today they are
Yeah.
sky high?
Okay, I'll start. I would like to show you my favorite model of my collection. I get asked this question a lot, which is your favorite one. So I think it will be my first model, which was a gift to me by a Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Okay.
So it's the McLaren SLR.
Okay. Wow.
Players Edition. So as you can see, this is finished in a very limited edition paint.
Yeah, it's
Soft
very
steel,
bright.
yes, stock was in grey, I think grey or black, and this is in red. It has custom calipers, custom wheels.
The red calipers, yes.
Yes. Also, it has detailed interior.
And butterfly doors, of course.
Yes. And Flair's logo everywhere.
Okay. So it's got the subwoofer and everything at the back.
Yes. And yeah, you can in the boot you can see the subwoofers.
Okay. So you've even got some cool accessories in the boot.
Right.
And the coolest part, the engine opening.
Yeah. So forgot to go that. Sorry. Yeah. So, hinged bonnet with the
Yeah.
McLaren engine.
And some very nice engine detailing. So this is one model which you believe that, how old is this model, Ishan?
This is approximately 15 years old.
Wow, 15 years old. So, and this was a gift. So obviously you're not thinking about selling it, but this is one of the models which you believe that it has really rocketed in price. Like when you got it, and presently this is a very rare model because it's not just an SLR, it's a limited edition SLR.
Right. True.
So, and Ishan, now I'm going to ask you another question related to this model itself. Like you just showed us the SLR. Now with the SLR, as you said that it is 15 years old, 2009 model, so almost 15 years. And you showed us on camera, we've all seen it on camera, it looks to be very shiny and no visible paint chips or blisters or anything as such. So can you please share the secret of maintaining a model in such good shape for such a long time?
Right. So I think before this, I was gifted one model when I was very young, around 4-5 years old. तब तो कोई ने समझ नहीं थी किसी को. You know, we used to get curious and dismantle cars, crash them. And we have no strength after how
That
to handle a
inner destructiveness used to come out.
Right, because you should treat it as more of a toy rather than a collectible.
Collectible.
Which it is. So that was a BMW, my Maestro. So I think an M5 or M3.
Okay.
Yeah. So I still regret it. Like, I wish I had it now. So yeah. So, but that incident taught me a very good lesson. That is to
preserve the models.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And so like any preservation tips which you want to share?
I think one of the most important is you have to periodically clean them, and that too within any 3-4 months, given your schedule. Even we are busy in our professional life, so I think once in a 3-4 months, give it a good clean using a microfiber cloth. And for hard to reach places such as interiors or wheels, etc., use a small brush. That is absolutely
a brush.
More than this, I don't think anything is more than this, I don't think anything is required as such, except you should be careful with all the loose parts. Like,
Yes.
There are some old Mercedes, like vintage Mercedes, who have full bonnet stars. There are some American cars which have hood ornaments on them.
Correct.
And there are some other antennas and other stuff which is very detailed and it's delicate. So that you have to be careful. If it's broken, then either fix it using some technique, like glue or stuff, or better just keep the part separate and give it to someone who can do it.
That is correct, because you know many people, they actually damage the car more because what happens is that the glue, it needs to go in a very small quantity on the spot. Otherwise you will create you'll smear the glue and the glue prints will be more visible than the damage. So I collect 64 cars, so for me it's a nightmare. If you think that like a mirror or something on a 18 scale car is tough, imagine on what scale we have to do it on 64. So it's very difficult.
Definitely.
And thanks for sharing that, and thanks for sharing a realistic timeline, because you did not say that clean it once a week or once in 2 weeks, because that's not really possible. Even if you do once in 3 months, that's a very realistic timeline. I'm pretty sure people can do it 4 times a year. And I can see the cars are in great shape. 15-year-old car in great shape. So Ishan, I'm pretty sure that you've seen my collection also. You keep seeing my pictures and all of that. So is there any one car from my collection which is your favorite, your absolute favorite, or something like that?
I think you know it better with the one I want to steal. Playing it on an open platform, but yeah, absolutely love that car. That is the W204 C200 compressor.
So guys, actually, I was expecting this reply, and that is why I had kept it with me. This is the car that he is talking about. So this is an auto art. You can see the auto art Millennium, and this is the W204, and this is a pre-facelift model. Now, why is it so special? I will let you know that also, because Ishan here, like he, or more importantly, his dad, because his dad in 2009 purchased this car which he owns till date, and the similarity is uncanny. Same model, same trim, like same interior, same alloys, everything is identical. I mean, it is the identical model. So that is why he's been a big fan. And like when we plan to meet up, I'm planning to do a shoot, so expect a vlog or a photo shoot or something, and let's see when that happens. We all are very really busy. That is why we wanted to do at least a virtual session, so that you guys get to see his collection. I'll do a detailed tour later. You get to know his story, more importantly, because how he started collecting, how he has grown into it.
Add something, like you mentioned my father, so I want to say that my parents have been one of my biggest contributors in this hobby. Without them, I don't think we would have been having this conversation. I mean, they supported it initially, both financially and emotionally. They didn't consider this just as, he's just buying toys at this age.
That is so true, man. And obviously the next question I was going to ask you was something like that, because you have built a great collection, and maybe like it started in your teens, and now you are an adult, now you are earning, so now you can spend your own money. You might be called irresponsible, but at least it's your money. But when you started, when that spark was there inside you, that is where parents came in, they supported you, and I think it's really nice that they did that, and great to see that you are grateful, you have gratitude for that. Because so Ishan, now another question here is that I get questions on my page that we are planning to start a 18 scale collection. So the present market, that the prices have skyrocketed. So in this market, what kinds of models would you suggest to the buyers? And like, let's say one model in the budget line or in the entry level, if you were starting collecting today, what is the one model which you would purchase? Like, tell me according to yourself. Do not be objective that what a person likes or not. What will you choose in the present market and in a good budget, like not very expensive?
Yeah, like if you're a beginner collector, it's very nice to go with the Vivo or Minus. They both have some great cars, and not and despite them being on the starting range, they have delivered fantastic quality. They have good parts, opening parts. They have good quality paint also. So it's very good to begin with, and easy invest in those. And they have some of the latest models that you get.
Any one car in mind as of today which is coming, and if you did not have that, or if you wanted to buy, you would have bought that? Any one car in mind?
I have the Ford Bronco in mind.
In fact, I was also thinking about that, because Maestro has done a really good job with that one. Like,
Right. Like, even though prices have gone up, the quality also has gone up, is what I feel.
yeah, the detailing, like even for Hot Wheels, I believe, like I've always got a lot of Hot Wheels lying around. Yeah, for example, this one. So the prices have gone up. I'm not going to deny that the prices have not gone up, but for a mainline, you're getting a Bugatti Bolide. And if you look at this, it's got a very nice paint job, it's got very nice details also. And if you see the old Hot Wheels, like the Ferraris and all, they are literally chunks of metal with a logo on it. The detailing of that era and of this era, it has changed. And I think it's good that you are embracing the change, you are appreciating the change, because people tend to live in the past. They'll always be like, oh, back in the old days, those 1700 rupee Maestros were awesome. But even the new ones, they were awesome, no denying that.
Yeah, but according to the technology back then, the die-casting back then, detailing, whatever was possible, I think those were amazing. Like, I still have some models which are 10 years old, 11 years old. They are still there and of good quality. But
so if you have to mention a favorite brand that you collect, and if they have to mention a favorite brand, what brand would that be? Like, you love collecting that brand and that never has let you down.
I think I'll stick with Maestro only, because
Maestro.
they were as
You really like Maestro and you've been happy with them.
Yes, I also missed Motormax and Welly. Those were, I think, the newer collectors might not know them, but
Right,
those were the
because see, the
kind of.
thing is with Motomax, by the time the present generation started collecting, they
Yeah,
had deteriorated,
right.
and the thing is that Valley had vanished. So the newer
Right.
collectors do not know much about both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think those were very nice brands, and even one another brand, Road Signature.
Road Signature. So they made some
Like
awesome
I am
vintage cars.
into. Yes, so that's what I also collect vintages. I like them personally. I'm a bit old school in that, so that's one another theme that I want to follow. Like
Yeah.
vintage should also be there in my collection. So for that, Road Signature was amazing. The kind of cars they delivered, at what price they delivered.
Yeah, because they were budget models. That was the best part.
Right, right.
And
But
also, guys,
quality wise, they were awesome.
one very cool thing I wanted to point out about his collection is that, see, when you start, for example, he told us that he started off with Mercedes. So Mercedes was one model which he liked. He got a couple of Mercs. Then what he did was he expanded. But when he expanded within themes, like within criterias which he wanted. So he's got an Italian collection on the top shelf. He's got a German collection on the middle shelf. He's got a vintage collection. He's got a Benz collection. So, he's got all these collections going on, maybe a couple of SUVs. So, what you need to do is, if you're buying a certain kind of car, you need to have a few cars of that theme, so that you can, if you display them, they look like they belong to that place. Otherwise, if you just line up all kinds of cars, they'll just look out of place. And that's a great thing that I have learned from him. And Ishan, so you've showed us your favorite model. It's the SLR. It's your first model. It's got a lot of emotional value. But other than that, couple of other models which you want to show us, just a sneak peek. Which you want to tell us why they are special to you, and I'll obviously do the full tour later.
Yeah, yeah. So I have some vintages which I like Studebaker Champion, there's Oldsmobile, Super 88. Those I like very much. Big American cars. They are always my favorite. And not only old, I have some new modern cars. So like all the Italian supercars, mostly Lambos and Ferraris. I mean, you start with those only. And you pick. Then you go to Pagani and whatever the new age.
Yeah, like the Gen Z, the present generation, I see that the Paganis and the Koenigsegg's are a couple of brands which they really like. Like, even Bugatti has become a thing of the past. Pagani and Koenigsegg are the thing right now.
Yeah. So yeah, I have good Ferrari which I had the luckily the opportunity to get them directly from Ferrari World Tour.
Oh wow! So that's a cool story.
Yes, yes. So I was very fortunate to buy it there, and it's very rarely that happens that you get the model and the 1:1 is right next to on display. So that was a great experience. I did some photo shoot. I mean, you can see from.
Oh wow, that's cool. I mean, like really. I mean, we know that feeling personally. Me and you, we know that feeling because I have got the W204 miniature. You've got the real one. Planning and plotting that how can we catch up and we'll do a multi-scale shoot and all of that. So seeing the real thing with the miniature is always very special. That's why I got the auto art Jimny, to match with my Jimny. So yeah, it's a very.
I like.
Thank you. And so, Ishan, I won't take too much of your time now. You've been very helpful. You have told a lot of things which are going to help the new collectors. Now, let's talk about a couple of things which people fantasize about. So, name a couple of cars which you see yourself owning in real life, and a couple of scale models or brands like you want to own in the near future. Let's go.
Well, a couple of cars. I think we are now in a phase where we are transiting from internal combustion engine to electric vehicles. Personally, I don't like electric vehicles. So I want to, just as my last vehicle, I want to buy something which is powered by a gasoline engine.
Okay.
Good old school manual gearbox.
Anything in mind?
A couple of options. I think I'll go with Voltus or Kushot, something in that way.
So the 1.5 manual.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would in short term. I would.
Short term. And in the long term, any like huge car or something like.
I think the LC 300.
LC300, the Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
So that's a wise guy right there, guys. He owns a Mercedes. He realizes the challenges of owning a German car, and he doesn't want a G-Wagon. He doesn't want a Range Rover. He wants a Land Cruiser. So that's it for the real.
Reliability is what matters the most. You
Correct.
are getting something and owning it for, like, I own vehicles for a longer time. So it's better to go for something which is
Not a very big
rather than-
headache.
Yeah. Like, it should start wherever I am in the country.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see surprises on the dashboard in form of
The auxiliary battery and all of that, the typical Benz problems. So now we come on to the scale models. Like, do you have any scale models that you want to get?
I'm searching a lot for a W123 by Norev. Like, I found one also, but the thing was, it was available in some other color which I wanted. So I want it particularly either in black or dark green.
Okay. So the Norev 123, the W123 by Norev is what you're looking for, and you want it in black color or something.
Yeah,
And
darker shade.
Also, one question here, like we might have missed out on it earlier. When you buy a car, how important is the color to you?
It is very important. All Ferraris look good in red.
Correct.
But there are people who buy them in yellow, white, or blue.
Right, I mean, see, I see a lot of people buying silver Ferraris because you remember the California or something which the Burago ones, and they had a lot of white and silver cars and they were available on discount. So a lot of people picked them up just for the sake of it. But the thing is that if you are building a collection of red Ferraris, then you probably won't even pay $1,000 for it because it won't sit right in your collection.
Like, just for, if it's available for discount, it doesn't make sense. It will, like, in a short term you will find it, oh, I got a sweet deal. But in the long run you'll always regret, I wish I had bought it in some other color.
And talking about short term, long term, have you ever sold a car? Have you any plans of selling or trading, or you're just in for the collection and it's for the long term and it's like it's your baby, you don't want to do anything with it, you just want to look at it and admire it?
Yeah, I don't wish to trade or sell it.
So not a single model you ever sold so far?
No.
Cool. I respect that because I'm also not a very big seller. I got a lot of comments that do you sell? But if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. It's as simple as that.
Right. That's true.
So thank you so much, Ishan. You've been like super helpful, and we are going to keep this very short, because this is the first time we're doing this. There have been multiple challenges, and I really hope this is the video that makes it to the internet and people actually get to see it. And sorry guys, whoever was waiting for us on the live video, we really tried, and YouTube live sucks. Like, I invited him and then some error happened and a lot of his time was wasted, a lot of my time was wasted. And we started off at 8 p.m. and right now it's 10:30 p.m. when we are filming this, so it was not easy. And that's all. Thank you so much, Ishan, first of all for the patience, and secondly for all the valuable input that you have given. And I really look forward to meeting you in person. And he's got a very nice 1x1 garage. He's got awesome real cars. Like, the Mercedes is just the tip of the iceberg. He's got very nice cars, which I'll keep a secret. Maybe in a video I'll reveal all of them together. And obviously the Diecast collection tour, he's got some very nice ones that we can see behind. And we'll do a proper tour of that, right now in the live video and all of that. We won't be doing justice to the models by just swiping camera around them. So we'll make a detailed video about that. And thanks, Ishan. Thank you so much. And we hope to have you over again soon. We keep bringing up a lot of topics on which we would like to have your opinion. So,
Definitely.
And congratulations for being the first ever member on our channel.
Very honored. I'm honored.
And thanks for watching, guys. Let me know how did you find this, and if there is any question which I missed out on asking, you can post them in the comments. He will be very happy to reply, and also I will be happy to incorporate them in my interviews in the upcoming videos. So thanks again. Bye.
Okay. Bye.